Welcome back to this episode of Pimp This Ride. In this video, we will be going over the pimping of a 1978 Bolt Chapman. And here we have the 1978 Bolt Chapman. You will notice it does resemble a 1978 Monte Carlo. Alright, so here we have the 1978 Bolt Chapman in the car wash. We're just going to go ahead and wash it now. At the car wash, yeah. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and get it moved on over to the lift. Alright, so here we have the 1978 Bolt Chapman on the lift. And with that, we'll get started by removing some of these body parts, seeing if we want to replace them with the performance parts. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so when we look in the front here, looking at those headlights, let me just compare them to the aftermarket variants. I think we're going to keep those default headlights on there and replace that front bumper. I think it'll look a lot better. Let me also look on. Yeah, we don't have a hood, but I will also go ahead and replace these side mirrors this time as well, as I much prefer the metallic look to the paint job I'm thinking about going with. Now look in the back here, I think we're going to go ahead and replace that rear bumper as well with a performance variant. I think we're going to keep those rear tail lights, as I do kind of like that red look. I think it's going to work well with the color I'm looking for as well. So with that, let's go ahead and put those aftermarket parts on the vehicle. Alright, so you got those bumpers on there. And now I just want to lift the vehicle up and we'll get started by removing those tires. And before we do that, let's go ahead and get the dimensions on the front and the back, just so we know what we're looking for. Got those dimensions, now we'll go ahead and get started removing them. Alright, got those tires removed. Now, tell you what, I'm not even going to bother separating them because I don't want to get them confused with the new tires and rims. So with that, we're just going to go over here and check on some rims here. Alright, so I'm thinking rim 19 does look kind of cool. Rim 8A looks pretty cool as well. Honestly, I think we've used that in a previous episode. Rim Retro 12 looks alright. Looks like an Oldsmobile rim, to be honest. A rim you might find on an old Oldsmobile. As always, rim Winchester looks great. Looking back, I think I'm going to go with rim 20. And while I was thinking of starting with maybe 18s to see if that size fits the vehicle, I think I'm just going to go ahead and skip directly to size. Let me think here. We'll try a size 25. Make it 20. We'll go with the 20. Just buy one of those. And with that, we'll get one sports tire. That is also 20. 25 profile. We're going to make it about 305. As I'm thinking with this build, the wider tires will look a lot better on it. So let's go ahead and put that in there. Oof. I don't really care for that much. Let's go ahead and get 25-inch rim. I think that'll work out a lot better. 25-inch rims. For that, we will also need a 25-inch tire. .305. Reminds me of a highway from a song, the 305. That's the 25-inch rim there. That looks perfect with the wheel well. Just kind of goes right in there with the wheel well and the profile of the tire. Alright, so before we get started on the removal of that tire, let's go ahead and add the rest of those tires and rims. To my inventory. Perfect. Now we'll go ahead and take this off. Something's not right. There we are. Yeah, that actually looks a lot better. Well, with that, let's get this vehicle down. Alright, so now that we got those rims on the vehicle, we're going to move this over to the paint shop. Alright, so we do have the vehicle in the paint shop now. Let's go ahead and get started with the paint job. Red does kind of look cool. Orange also kinds of pops. Kind of like that candy orange in the song, the rap song back in the day. I think they had gold rims then too, in that song. Look at that gold on gold. That actually looks really cool. And then the green. I mean, there are a lot of colors that can go with this. We can make two rap songs. Candy red and gold on gold. Change up the lyrics a little, change the footage. Blue on gold. I mean, so many colors could work well with this these gold rims. I mean, they're so universal. Didn't expect it to be so universal. Oh, now that looks really good. but I don't know if it pops as well as that orange. Honestly. I'm tempted to go with the orange, but I think I'm going to go with the black. Metallic, clear coat, or that roughness. Up on the metallic. We'll go ahead and paint that. Alright, so we did get that vehicle painted. Now we're going to go ahead and move it back to the lift. Alright, and we do have the vehicle back on the lift here. So we're just going to get started by tinting those windows. Now let's see what kind of colors we have. Oh, oh man, that's hot. Oh, that looks pretty cool too. Oof. But that right there screams Pimp This Ride. Alright, so we did go ahead and get that tinted. We got that window tint toolkit moved back over into its position there. So now we're just going to move this vehicle on out front. Alright, so we made it to the display room for this one. Had to do it a little bit special for the final episode. And if you come over to the front here, you will see I did decide to go with the aftermarket front bumper B, as I think it kind of fits the vehicle better with the black on black paint job. And if you look on the side here, I did go with the black tint on the windows. Not completely blacked out, but you can see a little bit into it. I think that pulls off that pimp feel to it. Now, if you look on the back here, we did go with the aftermarket bumper B. I think that kind of works with the black on black kind of theme we're going with there today. And if you look from this side, you will see I did decide to go with the 25-inch gold rims with low profile tires. Feel it really fills out the wheel well nicely for that aggressive street style we always go with. And before I end this episode, I did want to put in a little extra for you guys, a little surprise for the end. So if we just come over here and pop the hood, yeah, you see it. We did decide to go with a black and red themed engine bay entirely. You'll see we did go ahead and paint some of the engine parts as well, such as the fuse box, the brake booster. We got the steering reservoir here. So we did kind of pimp that out as well. And if you look at the engine block, I did decide to go with the black block and black headers with the red header engine covers, as well as the top air intake manifold there being red with the, air filter container being red. I did get an aftermarket air filter, so it would pull off that red on red look there. And you got the aftermarket spark plugs here, along with an aftermarket distributor there at the bottom. And we just went with black for the distributor cap and the caps that you would kind of put on the side of that distributor cap there. Thank you for watching this episode of Pimp This Ride. This was the final video in the series. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to click the like option on the bottom of the video. If you would like to see more of this content, please feel free to click subscribe to be updated on all of my video releases. Don't forget to check out my live episodes, of which you can find a link to last week's episode in the upper right hand corner of this video. And every Friday between the hours of 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. And as always, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and please stay tuned for the end here. I have a special message there.